Good evening.
And we are here doing a joint live stream right now with the Down Under Cruisers, the Astute Tourist, and two Facebook channels. So, folks, if some of you do not hear everything or see everything in the chat, that's okay. I will be doing a link of the chat across everywhere. So it is saying festivities are over now. What's next? Welcome aboard with Hump Day with the Ducks. I'm about to change that because that banner should have been updated a few minutes ago. Jimmy, what's news?
Not a whole lot, my friend. Not a whole lot since the last time we've talked. Um, we took the day off yesterday and went into Beantown, better known as Boston, Massachusetts. We did some history stuff, some B-roll filming, and filming of the Freedom Trail. But other than that, same old
That's,
stuff.
that sounds like fun.
It was a lot of fun. I ended up taking the day off with Colleen, and it was nice. The two of us being together and kind of spending time together like we used to before we had kids way back in the day.
Oh, wow.
And walking
That's,
around the city was nice. We walked a lot.
that's amazing.
How about with you? What's going on with you?
Well, a couple of things. One, we had an interesting time. An we managed to get ourselves re-registered for another 7 years without an audit.
Oh wow! Congratulations, 7
So I'm
years.
really excited about
You
that.
can wipe the sweat off your brow.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now I'm looking at the chat here, and it looks like it's all the Jimmy Show. We've got 13 in the chat there. I did have some people come in on the Down Under Cruises. I had Nick P come on in earlier on,
I
and
saw that.
Nick was saying that he finds it interesting that his flight from Sydney to Dallas, now get this, his flight from Sydney to Dallas next year is only 25 minutes long.
What?
Okay, so get this. He takes off, he flies 15 hours, lands in Dallas
Ah,
25 minutes after he took off.
got it. Now I understand.
Isn't that incredible?
It is crazy. Flying into the past or yeah, into the
Absolutely.
past.
I
Yes, Law,
reckon
you
that's
are
amazing.
you are correct, Law. It is Wednesday. It's Wednesday morning. I shouldn't be here.
Um, Jimmy, have a look at your channel. Tell me whether or not this stream has come up.
Yeah, it has come up.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we've done
Okay.
it.
So, first of all, g'day to Sharon. Welcome aboard. You all like to fly? Yeah, we do. We love our flying. We've got New Beginnings. Dawn, welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. And saying g'day to Sharon. And Sharon, happy birthday if it is your birthday or was your birthday recently.
Yesterday was her
G'day,
birthday.
Diane. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you on board. Um, Jen, you say that. Jen.Cohen. G'day,
Yep.
Jen.Cohen. Welcome
And Cohen.
aboard. Nice to have you here. We've got Brandon the Bear. And we've got Lord Jones. Yeah, it is Wednesday. It's Wednesday hump day morning for you guys in the US. And Wednesday hump day evening for us down under.
Right. So
Do you know this guy?
it's currently 6:05 a.m. here and it's 8:05 p.m. in Australia.
That's correct. Do you know this guy?
Who? Bone
The
tired?
astute tourist?
Oh, do I know myself?
Okay. All right. It's just in the chat. G'day, Glitter World. How are you? Nice to have you on board.
Did I miss somebody?
Nah, just Glitter World.
Oh, okay,
Uh,
Shirley. Yep, Shirley.
yep. Sharon is saying, good morning, New Beginnings. Just waited on the weekend. She's celebrating her birthday this weekend. But yes, did enjoy sitting out in the rain. Oh, yesterday on her birthday. Awesome. Okay, so just give you a bit of a heads up, folks. Next week, Hump Day, is my dad's 87th birthday. Um, we've got Dawn saying she had a weekend off. She's having a day out for their wedding anniversary on Sunday.
Happy
Congratulations. How
anniversary.
long has it been, folks? 5 minutes or 25 minutes? Lord Jones saying good morning to you.
Good
And
morning,
good
Law.
morning back, Law. Nice to have you here. And then Jen Cohen is saying good morning to both Law and Shirley. And Sharon is saying congratulations to Dawn on their anniversary. I would agree with that one. Heading to the races. Who's racing? What races? Horses, dogs, cats, mice, aircraft, runners.
Bed races.
Um, yes, Dawn, he is flying back in time. That's very true. Lord, good morning to Jen, Glitter, Brandon, Diane. And Dawn is saying to Sharon with smiles and so forth. Good morning, everyone from Sharon. Michael Ann, g'day, Michael Ann. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here.
Hi, Michael Ann.
Michael Ann, did you get any sleep? Good morning, Sharon. Ah, g'day, Sharon. Welcome aboard, Sharon from the cruising scene.
Hi, Sharon.
Happy belated birthday to Sharon. Michael Ann from Dawn. Michael Ann, did you have a great birthday month? I know Michael Ann had an amazing birthday month because she spread it all the way down under. G'day, Bone-Tired Travellers. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here.
That is Denise. Good morning, Denise.
Michael Ann is saying every day in life in rural Cyprus she did. Yes. Okay. Denise is saying 505 in Mississippi. Did I say that correctly?
Mississippi.
Denise? Mississippi?
Mississippi. Missippi.
You had to think about it.
It's early.
Sharon was her 60th. Well, congratulations. I hope it is. I hope you have another 60 more together. That would be awesome. And to be 60 in your birthday is also just the start of. It's all the 60 is the new 40s. That's what I reckon. Jimmy's never reached it. He won't reach it for another 300 days or so.
Correct.
You're only 21, aren't you, Jimmy?
I'm just a baby.
That's it. A couple of people saying good day to each other, and I'm just going to pass the Dutch heel around and just
Happy
put up the
birthday, Michael
messages.
Ann.
G'day, Sir Paul, driving and listening. Nice to have you there. Sharon is saying thank you to Jen Cohen. Much appreciated. G'day to Paul. Good morning, my friends from Glitter World.
Oh, the regatta.
The St. John's Regatta. Where's that? Okay, what's that all about?
So that's in Newfoundland, and I'm assuming it's sailboat races. I think Mr. Tranquillo would be interested. Submarine races, Paul.
That's coming from Paul. Well done, Paul.
Of course.
Yeah, you would say those things. Hi to those on other chats media devices from Dawn. Good morning, New Beginnings, etc., etc. Hello, Jimmy and Sean. We've got the other half.
Yes. Hi, Michael.
17 years married. That's awesome. Okay, I'm just doing this. Yes, she did sleep. Her bladder woke her up. Bloody bladders. They do that all the time. Just remove it, then you'll be fine. No, you won't. Um, I'm just going through as quick as I can because we've got like 49 comments still in the chat. Facebook user, g'day. Sadness here in your area of South Florida. Your neighbor of 43 years passed away last night. Jimmy, you might be interested in knowing that this neighbor once lived in New Hampshire, Peace Air Force Base. He had been career Air Force, retired many years ago.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Facebook user, who might you be? Is that by any chance Bonnie? Because Bonnie's the only one I know that lives in Florida at this point.
I'm not sure how to pull the live up on Facebook. This is all new to me.
Yeah, I know it is. I just got to remember which, because I'm streaming in like more than one Facebook stream. So there we go. It's not that one.
Oh, I have it here. Let's see.
You got it?
Well, I do, but I don't. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Bonnie Bubba
Bonnie. Yep.
Bergstein. Yep. Hi, Bonnie. Good morning.
Sorry to hear that, Bonnie.
Bonnie, my channel. Bonnie's asking what my channel is. My channel is The Astute Tourist. Ask for us by name. The Astute Tourist.
And your logo is sitting up there on the just above where you are in the picture. So
yeah, I can see that.
Buddy Big's Adventures, welcome aboard. Glitter World, longest sporting event in North America. Yeah, you don't have the America's Cup anymore. That was even longer, wasn't it?
Oops, sure sorry. Was. That's okay.
Thank you, Cruising Sea. Much appreciated, and good morning to you. Nick, but when you fly from North America to Australia, it's the opposite effect. You lose a full day, and you're scheduled to take off from Vancouver at 11 p.m. on Friday, and I'm scheduled to land in Brisbane at 7 a.m. on the following Sunday. Luckily, your Airbnb host said you can come, he can go directly from the airport to get refreshed that morning. That's awesome. Buddy Biggs is saying g'day to Sharon. Bonnie is saying what's Jimmy's channel. We've said that already, Jimmy. It's called the Astute Tourist. It says there in the chat, in the strip underneath, the Ducks and the Astute Tourist. I spelt it incorrectly. Sorry. Forgot the E at the end. No, I got it. Paul saying g'day. A couple of other people saying g'day. Bonnie is saying she'll check out the channel, Jimmy.
Thank you, Bonnie. I appreciate you.
Sharon, good day to Boned. Okay, Stream Elements is saying hump day with the Down Under Cruisers. Please support the channel so that we can support Helping Hands for Cruising. I'll get into that a little later on, what's going on. Some good things are happening. New beginnings. Where's the thumbs up, guys? Get clicking. Yeah, I'd agree with that one. And co-workers are interrupting Bonehead Tired from trying to listen. Well, there's a very easy way to fix that. Pair of these, you know, these things. Sorry, these things. Yeah, you just shove it in the ear like this. They think you're listening to them, but in actual fact, you're listening to us.
Denise, you have to go to the medical supply closet.
Don't say that too loud. Hey, what's your poison?
It may not be the same poison as yours since it's 6 a.m. here, but good morning. Best sip of the day. Cheers, everybody.
And it is the same poison as you. And it's the best sip of the evening before you head to bed.
There's nothing like a good hot cup of coffee.
I love my coffee. I can have it intravenously fed.
Yeah, I'm with you. I love coffee. Although I
Um,
couldn't drink it late at night like you.
Sharon is saying happy belated birthday to Michael Ann, and then Denise is saying she has those, Sean, but we're gossiping. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Hopefully, you're not gossiping about us.
Is there any good dirt, Denise? Let us in.
Yeah, we want to know. And Sharon is saying it's 6:15 there in South Georgia. Um, also, Dawn is saying all the teens are going back to the full headphones these days, probably because the oldies swapped from them. Yeah, that's true.
See, look what I'm wearing.
Yeah. Um, Nick said he did find out how much it would cost him to get his international driver's permit at his local AAA office. It will be 40 USD. It's a requirement to have for an American to drive in Australia. Mate, just get it for 40 bucks US. Bring it along. Technically speaking, you can actually drive on your current license for 3 months. However, to be better to be safe than sorry. Hey, Jimmy, do you know Nick's actually coming down under?
I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that. He seems excited. I don't know though.
Yeah, I don't know.
He doesn't talk about it much.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Oh, there we go. Thank God he's already had experience driving on the left, so it would be no big difference for him because, of course, he drove for a month in Ireland back in February. Nick, that's Ireland. They've only got 2 lanes, one going that way and one coming back. We've got 3.
Where's
Um,
the third lane go?
if you're not careful, I'll tell you.
Uh,
Up. Um,
yikes.
Um, Dawn is saying, please, that just because of driving on the other side, or why? Yeah, uh, you know what, Dawn, don't even worry. You've got to teach these Americans what's correct. Um, Dawn saying, what about peeps from other countries? That's correct. Because you guys drive on the left as well, don't you, in Cyprus? Or are you? Yeah. Is it you or Malta? Malta, I think, drives on the left as well. There are something like 78 countries around the world that are on the correct side of the road, whilst the rest of the world have um, bucked the trend and gone onto the right-hand side of the road. But I'm not going to go any further, Jimmy.
I'm not commenting. You see him sitting here just I'm not going down that road.
You see, Cyprus even agrees.
Mike says, yes, we do. You drive on the left.
Correct. Um, oh, Sean, is that because Americans will have to steer abroad? That's correct. That's quite correct there. Yeah. I don't want to insult the poor Americans because they are, well, that we like to keep them thinking that they are ahead of the world when we know we actually are the world leaders.
The
Well, I mean, our
leaders
time zone
of
tells us that.
the leaders of what perhaps? The road?
I'll just leave it at that. Now, tell me, Jimmy, what's in store for you today? I know you're going to spend time with Colleen, or you have spent time with Colleen, but what's in store for you today?
Today is a work day for me, um, as it is most weekdays. Um, I spent most of my day in the field yesterday at work. I'll tell you something, it's tough taking Monday off and then coming back Tuesday because I have a voicemail list as long as my arm, and my desk is stacked up with things that I need to catch up on. So it was a long day yesterday. Not only was I in the field, but then coming back to my office, I spent a lot of time playing catch up, as we say.
Yeah.
Um, and today is a typical, hopefully, be a typical Wednesday. Um, there's some there is some sad news within our local fire service. We've had a one of our mutual aid partnering towns, the fire chief passed away
Oh,
unexpectedly. He had a massive heart attack and passed. He was only 53,
oh my goodness.
and our department is an integral part of the planning. And these things happen quickly, and you never really have enough time to absorb it. So
No.
we'll be dealing with that today as well as business as usual. So that's what's
Oh,
happening today.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. My
yeah.
condolences. If I had a flag with me right now, it'd be flying at half mast.
Well, thank you for that. He was a well-respected gentleman and a lifelong firefighter, and was a fire chief. So, um, our prayers certainly go out to his department and his family, and
Definitely.
we hope that he rests in much peace. So,
Yeah. All right. On a more interesting note, Dawn is saying Jimmy equals tumbleweed moment when Sean talks about Americans.
right.
And Sharon is saying, "Hey Sean, yesterday there was a guy driving on the wrong side of the road. He almost caused a back accident." Yeah. That depends on your opinion of which is the wrong side of the road. But thank God the law stopped him. Um, well, okay. So in your country, all right, I'll accept it. Driving on the left being incorrect. Okay.
There's a reason why
G'day,
we call it.
Cheryl.
There's a reason why
Welcome
we call it
aboard.
the right, Sean. It's
Oh, sorry.
the right side of the
Right,
road.
right. Yeah. Okay. It's just when I see vehicles overtaking, I think, why are they overtaking in the fast lane?
Did you drive when you
Yeah,
were
I did.
here? Did
Yeah, I
you?
did.
I mean, you've driven on the right side of the road before, right?
No,
Correct.
well, that was the first time when I was in the US.
Oh, it was. Okay.
Yeah,
How did
but
you
then
um how did you find the experience? Was it difficult?
no, actually, the changeover wasn't that hard. It's just that everybody else makes fun of me driving on the right. But at because you're on the wrong side of the car. To my way of thinking, it makes the mind switch. So and also you get into the habit of hugging the left lane rather than hugging the right lane. If you
Right.
understand what I mean.
Right, because not only are do you drive in the left lane, but the steering wheel is in the right-hand side, which would be
It's
the
on the right
passenger
side of the
seat
car.
for, yeah, it would be
Yep.
the
Yep.
passenger side for us.
Yep.
The only people that drive in this country, well, I should say there's two groups of people that drive on the right side of the vehicle. One would be folks that have imported cars from Europe or from abroad, and the mailman.
Yep. And that's Nick.
That is Nick.
So, g'day, Cheryl. Welcome aboard. Make sure that Jeremy is fast asleep because we'll talk about him all day, right?
Let's do it.
Lord Jones is saying sorry, Jimmy. For what?
Thank
I'm not
you.
exactly sure.
For
Oh,
the
for your mate.
passing of the
Yes,
chief,
yes,
yes. Yep.
yes, yes.
Thank
I'm
you.
with that. Diane is also saying sorry for your loss. Jen Cohen is saying g'day to Cheryl. Sharon is saying sorry to hear that, Jimmy. Again, Sharon from Cruising Scene is saying sorry for that, for the loss. And Diane is saying for his family and all who loved him.
Yeah.
We've got Chet from Sea Leg Journeys. Welcome aboard, buddy.
What's up,
Nice to
Chet?
have you on board. Um, um, it's nice to actually. Maybe I might make it to one of your streams if you don't go too late for me. Um, Sharon is saying g'day to Chet. G'day to Chet from Jen Cohen. Nick is saying the Irish have motorways with 3 lanes, driving in the left-hand lane and passing on the right. Is easier. Yeah, I know. Passing on the right is always easier. Telling you.
We can pass
Uh,
on the right here in New Hampshire.
in New how can you
Oh,
pass on the
well,
right if the right is your slow lane?
on the interstates, of course. You no passing on the right on the regular roads. You'll end up in the bushes.
Morning, Chet and Robin from Diane. Hi to everybody from Chet.
Hi, chat.
There's some g'days there. I'm just clicking on the g'days and let it happen.
And hello
All
to
right.
Robin as well. Chet and Robin
Yep.
both.
Nick. Plus, every day he drives a right-hand side vehicle here in America.
Right.
So his job delivering for the post service really helped him in getting the right frame of mind for driving on the other side of the road. Yep, not that hard. It's not that hard. So, Chet, how you going? How was your cruise, mate? I know that you and Robin had an awesome cruise. Tell us about it. And I know you've got another one coming up shortly. Booze? Yeah.
88 days till the booze cruise.
Yeah.
88.
88. Seriously? Cheryl's having a good old giggle there. Sharon, good morning, Lord Jones. How's your morning going? Okay. Again, people are saying good day to each other. And for those that are interested, why am I I'm just showing up all this, the signs very quickly, is because we're actually streaming on 4 channels. One being the Astute Tourist, 2 being the Down Under Cruisers, and we're on 2 Facebook channels at the moment. Najuma, welcome aboard, Najuma. How are you, ma'am?
Hi,
How are you,
Najuma.
young lady? I hope you. I believe you just turned 21 this week.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, well, I might be spreading rumors too. Sharon is saying good day to Chet and Robin. Najuma is being said hello to by Sharon, by Dawn, by Chet's being said hello to by Sharon from Cruising
Hi,
Scene. Cheryl's being said hello to by Sharon, and Cheryl is saying good day to Sharon. Fantastic cruise. Woohoo! Well, you need to tell us about it. Tell us all about it from the moment you got on board the cruise ship. Denise got to run. Don't trip, okay? You might run, but don't trip.
I hope she doesn't have to run because there's an emergency in the hospital.
Yep.
She's
Likewise,
working.
I agree with that. Dawn is saying we'll be listening now via Olive Farm Retreat line. No more type from her. Oh, okay. Denise, you'll be sweet. No, we are sweet. Chet's saying good day to a few. Najuma's saying her birthday's at the end of August. See, I told you. It's almost
birthday
time.
month.
Yep. It's your birthday too? No.
Not mine.
Colleen's?
No, it's Sharon Rowland's birthday yesterday,
Sharon Rowland?
and
My
June is at the
dad.
end of the month. My son's
Najuma.
birthday, my oldest son, his birthday is this month. He's gonna be he's gonna be 35, I think. Oh my gosh.
35.
I had him when I was like 12, so I'm still young.
Is he the baby or the oldest?
No, he's my oldest son.
So how would you like this? My baby is 28.
My baby will be 33 this year
That makes you feel old.
in October. Yeah. We started
Were
young
you-
though. We
Hang
started.
on. Were you 12 or was Colleen 12?
Now that I think about it, if I was 12, Colleen was a lot younger than that. Let's see. So when we had our first child, I think I was 24. I believe I was 24 or almost 25. So that made Colleen 22, 23.
22. Okay. And you know what? Today that's very young.
Yeah,
to
it was
have a
young
baby.
then.
But in my parents' time, everybody was having kids at 20.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We were only married for a little over a year, not much longer. We were married on the 15th of August and we had Nick, I think, on the 23rd of August, so a year later.
So, Select Journey said happy birthday to Najuma. Lord Jones is saying his is this month or hers is this month. Theirs is this month, not to be sexist.
I think his child is this month. I think
Chet
he says my
is also
oldest is 31.
saying his youngest is 37.
Wow.
Come on, Chet, you must have been 14 when you had the
I was gonna
first one.
say you guys started early.
Yeah, because Robin doesn't look a day over 21.
No way.
No.
I
Um,
mean, he doesn't. Chet doesn't look a day over 71.
no, that's true. Um, Nick says he tried really hard but could not find hotels in Perth, Darwin, or Adelaide with laundry machines on site, saving himself a little money. And now in each of those cities he has Airbnbs. That's cool.
Yeah, you'll wear
Uh,
some dirty underwear for a while.
yep. Chet's wishing Law Jones a happy birthday. Law, what day is your birthday on? Says Sharon. And Law says his oldest is 40. Well, mine's not far off it. Mine's 38. Nick, that included a washer and dryer on the premises. These will be his overnight layovers in between the Australian trains. Definitely have to be able to refresh his clothes. His clothes couldn't care, really, seriously. Before he heads back out for 4 days in the Australian outback. He's actually going to see the true Australian outback there, Jimmy.
Yeah, yeah. I'm envious of Nick. I know that there's some sort of trip happening in 25 or the end of 24, beginning of 25, but
Yeah, there is a trip, but it's not actually going through the middle. It's actually going around the edge and out. But it's going to be a great trip, I know. I'm wondering whether or not you have more details on it.
um, let me see if I can remember. So it would be New Year's Eve of 24.
Oh,
You
that's
you're going to
right.
start off in Shelbourne. No, in Sydney. Pardon
Sydney.
me, in Sydney, and you'll be there for. You'll spend a night there or 2 nights there. You'll watch the fireworks for New Year's Eve, and then spend a glorious day on New Year's Day, and then on the second day of January in 2025, you're going to board a. Is it a Princess cruise line or Celebrity?
Celebrity Edge.
Celebrity Cruise Line, the Celebrity Edge, for a 14-day fun-filled cruise to the South Pacific,
Yup.
featuring islands like Fiji and Vanuatu, and you'll be whisked away to the MDR every day for a beautiful dinner and swimming in the pool and a tour with Ilana of Fiji.
Yes, correct.
How did I do?
You did really well. You didn't even, and I haven't even paid you yet.
See?
Uh, Lord Jones says, thank you, Chet. Not until the 16th of August. They will be 61. Chet says their oldest is 39. And he also says Robin is 60. True story.
Come
Oh my
on.
God. Seriously, Chet?
She
Haven't you
does.
learned?
She does not look 60. Although
Exactly.
I don't know what 60 looks like.
Yeah, well, you're looking at 60.
Look at me.
Well, 60, 62, actually.
I'm looking like 70, but not 60.
Um, Diane says her daughter is 44. Sharon is saying her youngest is 30 and her oldest is 40 with a capital in the middle. Sharon is going, Law, I'm waiting on the weekend to celebrate her birthday. Chet is going, my dad's birthday was August 16th too. Oh, wow. That's a reminder. Cool, Chet. I have met my fellow Leos who have the 16th. That's
Uh-huh.
awesome. Sharon is saying, Law, your birthday is just Wednesday after next. Happy birthday, Law Jones. Chet is saying that his dad would have been 105.
Oh,
Goodness
wow.
me. Lord, thank you, Sharon. Lord Jones, wow. Nick signed up for his last day in Australia next year to be a full tour of the Blue Mountains out of Sydney. They've got the steep railway up there. You need to go on that railway. It's crazy how much of Australia's population is on the coast. Yes, most of Australia's population runs around the coast. Most of the population is actually on the east coast, that being Adelaide. Melbourne is the second largest city, Sydney is the largest city, and then heading up towards Brisbane, which is third. So there is a bucket load of people on our side of. I'm surprised Australia's not tilted upwards, like, because all. Yeah, right. Shut up, Sean. Nick is saying there's not much of the population actually in the middle of the continent. No, it's very dry. You're very much welcome from Sharon Toulour and JNS Adventures. G'day. Now, wait a
Hello,
minute.
Jeremy.
It can't be Jeremy because Cheryl lets him sleep in. She likes him to sleep in.
My last two lives, Eddie Lugo was awake in them. You know
Yeah?
Eddie, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
and he usually sleeps in until at least 7 a.m. I couldn't believe it. He said he was going to be here today, but I didn't
Yeah,
believe
but you
him.
know what? Eddie being. If Eddie actually comes in at 6 a.m., I'm really surprised.
Yes, myself included. Good
I,
morning,
I,
Stephen from Facebook. Stephen is up on Facebook, so
on your Facebook, okay, that's
yeah.
cool. Sharon is saying Chet Robin doesn't look 60. I agree. Uh, Jeremy, sorry about that. Cheryl woke him up. Hey, Chet. Well, you know what, Jeremy? It's about time you got up at 6 a.m.
Wake up, Jeremy.
Um, Paul is saying Eddie isn't even awake in his own lives. Well, hey, now wait a minute, Paul. You say that about him, but I'll tell you what, he's more awake than Kenny was. Because I know for a fact, Kenny actually fell asleep in his own life. And one of his lives went for 16 hours because Kenny was sleeping through it.
That's right. I remember that.
And Lord Jones is saying that's because Robin doesn't act 60 either. No, she doesn't.
No.
Sharon is saying if Eddie Lugo comes in the chat at 6 a.m., that means something's wrong. That's true. And yes, Paul, point taken. You agree with me, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, it's a full. Have you guys been getting much in the way of grass fires?
Not recently. Not in my area. We've had an incredible amount of rain, and actually an unusual amount of rain for this time of year. Um, we've had flooding, and you know the streams and the rivers cresting their banks and taking roads out. So we've been, knock on wood, we've been really lucky in the terms of brush and bushfires. Um, we did in the beginning of this summer, late May, we had a one that lasted us for a couple days, but then we've had nothing but rain. In fact, it's just crazy. I mean, everything is growing quickly. The lawns are all green, and my vegetable garden doesn't know what to do. Some of the crops are doing well, and some of the others really don't like all the water. So
Mm.
we've been lucky.
So we had a news report this morning to say that the Queensland are now busy preparing for bushfires next year, or towards
Wow.
the end of this year. So we look like we're going to get an El Nino effect.
Yeah, that's awful. They get those on the west coast out there, and the fires last for weeks and weeks and weeks. And those folks, it not only does it wear the resources and men and women, but it wears out their resources for the tools and things that it takes to extinguish these fires. So I know that what was it? How many years ago was it that you really had those really big fires there?
It's probably about 3 or 4 years back.
Yeah, I remember like it was yesterday. You
Yeah.
folks were really up against it.
But we get it in cycles. Because I remember in the 80s when we first arrived in this country, um, we had really big bushfires around Victoria where we live. So Nick is saying the problem with a lot of the Canadian fires that they're burning in the middle of nowhere, and it's way too expensive to actually fight those fires,
Well, the
which makes
problem is it's hard to get to them as well. I mean, you
yeah.
you can't think of the terrain as being flat where you can just walk into some of these areas. I mean, they're in remote mountainous areas and the fires are just burning up the sides of mountains and that. And how do you get to these? You can't.
No, and well, there was those two pilots that lost their lives trying to fight the fires. I think in Canada was it, or is it in Greece? I can't remember where.
Yeah, Greece has been having some crazy fires as well.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Law is saying Canada's been having weeks of fires, and where they are, they see the smoke way down where they are. Where are they? Where's Law Jones?
Well, where are you again? I forget. I'm so out of it, especially at when I do my mornings. Um, I know that New York City at times um, at sunrise, it the whole city looks red, and that's
Mm.
due to the smoke-filled skies. It's crazy. We could there were mornings here. It hasn't happened in a couple of weeks, but there were mornings here where we could actually see the smoke, could
Wow.
smell it and see it. And I live probably, I would say, 8 to 10 hours away from where the fires are.
Yeah, that's far. Um, Lord Jones is saying he lives at the Great
Yeah.
Lakes.
So they're just south of the fires where he lives.
Yeah. Must be driving you nuts having all that soot in the air and smoke around, and you can smell it, and it's constantly on your nose.
Yeah, and it's creating, people that have respiratory issues too. It's creating problems for them.
Mm.
Um,
The
yeah,
asthma rates
not
must
good.
be right up.
Yeah, I think so.
Nick is saying that they've had a lot of the Canadian fire smoke in Minnesota this summer. Luckily, the last couple of weeks it hasn't been really noticeable. Definitely a nice break from dealing with it here. Minnesota, huh?
Minnesota.
Now, have you haven't sent contingents or um, been down here at all to assist in fighting any of our fires?
No, not to Australia or to Greece. I think the when you had the fires there several years ago, we may have sent some some resources for you, um, but I don't think we have for Greece. I don't even think and I could be wrong, but we may have sent some resources to Canada for the fires, but I'm not
So
100% sure of that.
let me just help Lord Jones out there. The reason why it says Down Under Cruises on the trash bin in the background is because I'm using a photo there of the Australian coat of arms animals on their day off. We have a emu and a kangaroo. Unfortunately, I've got Jimmy's picture in the way, but if you have a look at the photo, and you'll actually have a look at it in the thumbnail, the Down Under Cruises is our logo. We have the kangaroo, the kiwi bird, and a didgeridoo and a boomerang all there. And of course, on the right hand side, just above the US flag, we've got Jimmy's The Astute Tourist logo. Yes, it is. The coat of arms is the emu and the kangaroo. That's the Australian one.
Do you play the didgeridoo?
I can. I have
Mm.
one. I
You
can't
do?
play it properly.
No?
Yeah, give me a second. I'll go and fetch it.
Yeah, grab that.
Entertain the troops.
I will. So, good morning to everybody. So we've tried this today. This is our first our first joint effort of broadcasting on each other's channels and on our each other's Facebook um, pages. So this is something new for us. So good morning to you all, and we appreciate everyone coming in, including those that are on Facebook. Look at that! It's a work of art.
It
Beautiful.
is. They tell a story on them.
It's amazing. Now, was
Maybe
that was is that an actual didgeridoo made by the Aboriginal folks from
it sure
Australia?
is, and it is made from timber.
That's amazing.
Um,
Well, are there some that are synthetic?
yes,
Yeah.
I have seen one that is synthetic. Um, what's his name? Um, Ivy on the wayside. Oh my God, he'll shoot me when he hears me say this. Um, because he's my best mate, and I can't think of his name. Um, uh, Jody and Jody's husband. Um,
You know, RV on the wayside.
yeah, that's it. He's actually got a synthetic one, and we brought him one when we came across. And Donovan,
There
and
you
we
go.
brought him. We brought Donovan one when we came across, and it was actually awesome. Um, Unfortunately, it's got a bit of a chip in it, but anyway.
Let's hear it.
It's about as much as I can do. I'm not as good as the Aborigines who actually can play this continuously for hours on end because they do cyclical breathing as they do it.
It's amazing, those folks.
Oh, they are incredible. Um, we've got Nick saying that the United States sent a lot of resources to help the Canadian government fight these fires. With how bad the smoke has been over the summer, Washington, D.C. sent all the federal help they could. Um, so Law is saying, "Oh, that's a bird. I thought it was a pile of hay." No, it's a bird. It's a it's a um, it's an emu, not an ostrich. It is an
Emu,
emu,
the emu.
and they are quite large when you see them in the wild. Um, they are interesting creatures. Those birds. That's it.
There you go. The didgeridoo.
That's it. And they use it for all sorts of things, music and ceremonial things, and yeah. So it's a very interesting instrument.
Okay. I thought that was a pile of hay.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a pile of hay. We've got the kangaroo eating the grass down
No,
under, but
no koala though, huh?
no, no. Surprisingly enough, no. The koala is not on one of the animals on the is not one of the animals on the coat of arms, which I find quite amazing. Neither is the Tasmanian tiger.
Yeah. Are there are there any of those left?
No, they're extinct now.
Yeah. We need to get some DNA and bring them back.
Yeah, there was talk about that, as well as the Tasmanian devil. Now that is around.
Right.
The Tasmanian devil is around, and they are pretty vicious little creatures.
I bet.
Surprisingly enough, the platypus isn't on the coat of arms either.
Oh, that's right. You have that crazy animal, the platypus. It's a beaver with a duck's bill.
Correct. Paul is asking me a very important question: whether Australia has the diddly bow. No, we left that to you guys down in wherever you're from. Um, Nick is saying you really like watching the show Australia Border Security on YouTube. It's amazing how stupid people can be when they go through the customs line. You always treat the customs officers with respect. Yep, you sure
You
do.
better.
Yep. And
Paul,
if you
they
don't,
Paul, they do have the little that little smuggling creature called the budgie smuggler.
Yeah, that's right.
Um,
We do. We do. Law says he went to a concert at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Super nice acoustics. Midnight Oil brought a group of Aboriginals who fell in love with and he sounds they could make there. They wanted to keep playing. Yep. Um, Midnight Oil is an incredible band. If anybody's heard, one of our politicians was one of the band members.
Great
Uh,
band.
yep. Only they picked the wrong part of politics. But anyway, Sharon says, Law, how's the weather in Great Lakes this morning? Um, that's a real instrument. Oh, sorry.
The diddley bow is a single-stringed American instrument which influenced the development of the blues sound. It consisted of a single string of baling wire tensioned between two nails and a board over a glass bottle, which is used both as a bridge and a means of magnifying the instrument's sound. So there you go.
Yeah, no, we didn't have that down under. We just have pieces of timber hollowed out and then we breathe through it.
See, you learned something new here
Yeah,
on our
absolutely.
lives.
And we've only been going 50 minutes, so. Sharon is going at 73 degrees here in South Georgia right now. Sharon, that's cool. Have you got a jumper on, a jersey, a jacket? Oh, sorry, I'm being facetious. Laura's saying they had their bodies decorated with mud and kept slapping themselves, sending clouds of dust out over the audience. We were all covered. That's actually their traditional wall covering is to pick up mud, and they'll paint themselves and the instruments. In fact, the instruments, the way they do it, the dots and all that sort of stuff, tells a story as well. So it's actually quite magnificent, quite awesome.
Diddley bow. There you go.
That's awesome. I'll have to actually look it up. It feels good right now. Oh, good. So 73 degrees is awesome. Okay. That's cool. Right now we're sitting on, what's the temp? 11 degrees C. 11, 22, 52
I was
degrees.
going to say it's like 50.
52 degrees with 75% humidity.
Now, the diddley bow should not be confused with Bo Diddley.
Ah, okay. He didn't
See?
create it?
I don't believe he did, but I think his name comes from the diddley bow.
Okay.
Because Bo Diddley obviously is a famous bluesman.
Yep. So what was his actual name?
Ah, that's a good question. Let's ask Uncle Google.
And was he related to Diddley Squat? Uh,
His real name was Ellis Otha Bates McDaniel.
I think I'll stick with Diddley, Bo Diddley. Um, Lord Jones is having a giggle at your comment, Jimmy. That's what I was thinking. Um, Paul said, "My bad. I thought it was a foreign, and I thought it was foreign and ancient. Not from us, mate. Not from us."
Well, it's somewhat ancient, but apparently it was invented here in the USA. Which I get it because folks that were poor and didn't have any money, if you had a board, a bottle, a piece of baling wire, and two nails, you had yourself a diddley bow.
Now, Sharon, rude question. What are you doing up at 6 a.m. in Texas with 83 degrees? Seriously.
6 a.m. there is what is that? Is that 7 a.m. here? 8? I think you're 1 hour, right? So that would be 7 a.m. my time.
You're heading into you've got 5 minutes to go.
I do. I just saw that. 5 minutes. This working thing. I haven't
It
checked
sucks.
so the Mega Millions Lotto was last night. It
Yeah,
was
who won it?
I don't know. Maybe I did. It was 1.05 billion or something like that. Let me look. We'll see if anybody won. I have the
So we have our 100 million going off tomorrow night.
100 million. I would I would just love a few thousand. So it doesn't look like anybody won because it's saying the next jackpot is 1.25 billion dollars.
OMG. That
1.25 billion dollars.
seriously. Well,
Someday.
we've got 100 million tomorrow night, and the good news is, if we win the 100 million, we'll win it all.
Right? If I won all of that money, we were all going on a cruise. We're all going on a cruise.
Yeah, well, I've got. Seriously, this is it. I've got Bruce from Ocean to Ocean telling me that I've got to go on the booze cruise this year and next year. I've got to go on his Alaska trip, and then some other cruise that's being brought up by a couple of others. I mean, seriously. Oh, by the way, Chet, in Australia, when you win 100 million on the lottery, you keep the whole lot. We don't share any with the government. By
Uncle
the way,
Sam's got to get his cut.
yep. Here, our equivalent of Uncle Sam does not touch that. So Olive Farm was saying, no, you did not, and that's a safe bet. Sharon is saying 6:56 a.m. right now. Jimmy, here in
She's
South Georgia.
she's a good person. She always reminds me when we're about 5 minutes out. So,
Yep. So
Chet, only 100 million.
only 100. Yes, Chet. I'd be quite happy with that. No tax.
I'd settle for 50 million.
Yeah, that's right. I would too. But yes, no tax. We keep it all. We get taxed next tax, income tax, because it then becomes part of our normal livelihood.
So if
Uh,
they at some point the government gets theirs regardless.
yeah, just they don't get it right at the moment. That when you're
Right.
thinking 100 million. Oh my God, what would I do with that? Oh, sorry, 55 million.
What
Yeah, no.
percent is taxed, do you know?
So we have a scalable tax. So for a certain amount you spend, certain amount you earn, you'll pay 32%.
Yeah, that's
If you run a business, the government takes 37%. They can take up to 45%, depending on
we
your
roughly
income.
pay around 33%. So
Sharon is saying to Chet she'd like to have a couple million, then they'd all go on a cruise. That's on a vacation. That's awesome. And Chet says, right on, Sharon. G'day, Ross. How you going, mate? Ross from Orange Cone Vlog.
hey
Hey,
Ross.
howdy, hey everyone. Guys, if you want to have somebody to listen to at some point, Orange Cone Vlogs, Ross has started doing a live, and he's got some incredible people that comes on his panel. I believe one of them was Helping Hands for Cruising, I believe.
Oh,
But
imagine that.
yeah, amazing people. And he does that every Friday. I believe it's 8 p.m. Eastern, I believe, or 7 p.m. Central. Sharon is going, hey, chat, but with me, I loan someone money, bro. There's no payback with me. That's awesome. Najuma's saying g'day to Ross. Ross is saying doing good. Got huge news. Mate, I'll have to catch up with you straight after the live if that's the case. Law is saying, well, we'll lease out a cruise ship and cruise the world. And that
Yes.
is a goal. In actual fact, I would love to lease out a cruise and put some Helping Hands for Cruising recipients on board of it.
I didn't win
Uh,
either, Ross. Sorry.
Sharon is saying, with a couple million, we'd come see you. Yeah, we know. You'd be spending more than 5 minutes down under.
I'd
Uh,
I'd be able to come on the 2025 cruise
yeah, I know. Everybody would be
and
able to.
several others.
Yeah. Ross says he didn't win the lottery. Chet says he's in. He's in. Law and Sharon. Jimmy,
It's 7 a.m.
it's 7 a.m. I'm
It's
going to shut
9
down.
p.m.
Yep, 9 p.m. our time. I'm going to shut down the stream. It's been a pleasure having you on board.
Thank you, mate.
Um, do you
Appreciate
want to
it.
do your usual?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Thanks for everybody for coming in. We do, for Sean and I both, we do love you guys and appreciate you. Without your support, we wouldn't be able to do this, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget PMA, Positive Mental Attitude. PMA will save your day. Employ a positive attitude every day, and it'll save your life just like it saved mine. Um, don't forget to think about and pray for our men and women of our first responders, the firefighters, the police, our healthcare and medical workers. Um, say a prayer and thank a veteran today as well as every day. They're on the proverbial wall every day, protecting all of us to make sure that we're safe from harm. Make a difference in somebody's life. All you need to do is smile at somebody. Um, and say a kind word, shake a hand, and give them a hug if they are so inclined. Just don't run up and say, Sean told me to hug you. Um, you may get kicked in the shin, and don't forget, regardless of the country of your origin, respect your flag. I mean, I have mine in the background, and Sean has his coat of arms there, and you know, it means more than the cloth that they're printed on because a lot of people have given the ultimate sacrifice to protect that and the meanings behind it. So just salute it, respect it. And if you see anybody treating your flag bad, I would expect you to go protect that just like you would a loved one. So um, that's it. Going to do it from me. My name's Jimmy. I'm your astute tourist.
And I'm Sean. I'm your
Peace and
duck.
love. Peace and love.
Have
All
a
right,
great day,
guys.
folks.
See you later.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Don't forget, Eddie Lugo is coming up at 7:15. Tell him that the Ducks and the Astutes say hi and sent you over. So love you guys. Bye bye.
Take care.
Sean,
Bye.
thank you. I'll see you later.